Have you ever come across someone using an analogy in a casual conversation to support the confidence they have in a belief that they hold? It might sound something like this. This novel is supposed to have a similar plot to the other one that we've read, so it's probably boring just like that one as well. Or, this restaurant has the same owner as that other one down the road that we really love, and it's always full, just like that one, so the food must be good. One of the biggest problems with analogies, I think, occurs when we assume that because two things are alike in one or more respects, they are necessarily alike in some other respect. But we can look at more than just that aspect of an analogy. So here are a couple of questions that can help us to check to see how much weight we should be applying to an analogy that's being used by someone to justify the confidence they have in a belief that they hold. 1. How do you know that they're similar in that way? Or how did you find out that they are similar in that way? This is the more obvious first question to ask, I think. By asking this, we can check to see if the two objects being compared are actually similar in the way assumed, and each assumption about how they are similar is a claim in itself that can be explored a bit deeper if the situation is right. Obviously, in our book example, if we discovered that the plot of one was based around an office romance and the plot of the other was based around a horror story, then the analogy, if relying just on that, obviously falls apart at that point. 2. How does that similarity show that conclusion to be true? How does that work? By asking this question, we can check to see how those aspects in which they are similar are actually relevant to the conclusion being drawn. Again, with our book example, suppose the two books are alike because both of their covers are green. The cover of a book is completely irrelevant to its content, so the analogy would fall apart if that similarity was relied on to show that both books must be boring. 3. What else is similar between them that shows this to be true? By asking this question, we can check to see how many shared properties between the two objects there are that are actually relevant to the conclusion. The more we can find, the stronger the analogy is. For example, suppose we find out that novel A is not just similar to another boring novel B with a similar plot, but they are both also written by the same author, and that very few of both novels have been sold. These additional shared properties might increase the weight we end up applying to the analogy. 4. Are all of these similarities of the same kind, or are there different kinds of similarities? By asking this sort of question, we can check to see how much diversity there is across the different shared properties. For example, if restaurants A and B have the same chef, use the same cooking oil, and buy meat and vegetables from the same supplier, this information might slightly increase the chance that B is good, just like A. But all of the information is mostly of the same kind, apart from the chef being the same. The rest of the similarities are the raw cooking ingredients. But if we also discovered that B has just as many customers as A, and just as many good reviews as well, those different aspects of similarities might increase our confidence a bit more. 5. What differences between these two things could you learn about or discover that would decrease your confidence that this is a good analogy? By asking that, we can check to see if there are important differences between A and B that might cast doubt on the conclusion. For example, if restaurant B has a new owner and just hired a team of bad cooks, the analogy might start to lose some weight now. Okay, I hope this does help whenever you come across people using analogies to see if they should carry the weight that they're giving to them. If you want to see more videos like this and you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe and notification buttons below. Take care, and thanks for watching.